welcome onto stage the sponsor of the award, Mr. Bhupinder Singh from Punjab National Bank, and Mr. Stuart Nichol, a well-known investor and venture capitalist who will be speaking about the category.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here this evening, and I'm very glad that fan isn't any closer to me than it is now. I headed my speech. It's tough, so why don't we just give up? And I hope to spend a few minutes now to tell you why. You may know that Highlanders and Sikhs have much in common. Whilst violence should always be used as a last resort, I'm proud to say that Highlanders and Sikhs have fought together for just causes for over 160 years. Before I was a venture capitalist, I was also a soldier, and whilst we don't have time to go through it now, I welcome you all to my regimental home in Stirling Castle to see the history of where we have worked together in the past. In July, I left my comfortable job to begin my own entrepreneurial journey to create a series of venture capital firms. So rather than give you some statistics about the current market, I hope to give you some strategic pointers from my time as a soldier and a couple of examples about how we can best succeed in the right manner in the current market. It's a strange paradox with the military that an organisation built for the application of controlled violence, the foundation of that organisation is love, sacrifice and service to others. So what can a business learn from the military? Briefly, 3 things. Put leadership at the heart of what you do. Stress the mission, that is. What needs to be done and why, over and above the tasks that may be required to achieve it. For the mission rarely changes, but the team needs to adapt to the ever-changing situation, and you need to let them do so in order to achieve the goal. Develop and maintain standard working practices, continuous improvement if you like. Create a sense of higher purpose. In these straitened times, we all need to find or rediscover the higher purpose that will give us the best chance of success. In doing so, we are alive, functioning in flow, in the moment, and working in that way is often its own reward. Let me give you 2 examples of companies that are doing this right, and I believe will succeed regardless of the economic environment. Last week I worked with these 2 businesses, an internet retail business called Here for a Day, and a social venture firm, the Eden Project. Here for a Day sells, for one day only, heavily discounted goods for the home. A husband and wife team work together on it and employ 2 staff. Well, perhaps 3 if you count their childminder who looks after their young children whilst they work the long hours required to give those children a better future. This isn't the first business, and another business idea they developed didn't work out and had to be scrapped. Nor is it an original idea, but one developed in various countries, most effectively in Australia. However, having achieved break-even, and with the knowledge required to scale the business, they now run the current business by day and work with me to grow the business after normal working hours. Hopefully you've all heard of the Eden Project. They've turned a disused quarry in Cornwall into living proof that we have the power and ingenuity to heal our planet. The team are now embarking upon the next phase of growth of this educational charity. At the heart of this is a college providing practical education in ways to construct our world more efficiently and in harmony with nature rather than instead of it. The plans include a fundraiser of at least £50 million. With both these businesses over the last week, the drive and tenacity of the team meant we all worked past midnight most nights. This was an efficient and necessary thing to do to meet various timelines rather than the dreaded FaceTime. In a tough economic environment, they are striving to do more, and not just to profit themselves, but to give a better life to their families, and in the case of Eden Project especially, to the world as a whole. Before we come to the prizes, I'll leave you with a quote from US President Theodore Roosevelt, which he delivered to the Sorbonne in 1910, regarding a citizen's place within society. I believe it is still quoted on the back of UK Special Forces notebooks to this day. I also feel there is something for all of us to prompt us into the right course of action in business and elsewhere. He wrote and said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows the greatest enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Good luck to you, and thank you.